Okay, I'm here a little fast. A little faster than normal, I guess. Because I am later than I expected, because I was running into some technical difficulties with Minecraft. So I gotta hop in, co-stream, start co-stream, and I'm here. So, hello. What's going on? Untitled in 3 months. Appreciate you. For those of those confused, I'm playing in a Twitch Rivals Minecraft event today. I've done one before. I'm doing another one today, where basically we play on a team of 5 versus 8, or I guess 7 other teams, and a bunch of mini events. Boger's on my team. We're going to be playing for the win.
Available for the side of Vision, where Eternal Bond is available for Iron.
I mean, both strategist ultimates are available.
What's Twitch Rivals? I low-key forgot. It's a tournament hosted by Twitch.
Ayana Koji is actually going to start off aggressively with the Eternal Bond.
Who else on the team?
Space away from Vision Esports, so they can't just hold that back line off of that point and play for safety. Great Eye of Agamotto from Abu.
Pangy, Jeremy Fraser, and Boone.
But the follow-up is dissuaded by Xbeta with the Meteor and absorbing all of the damage. It does end, though, and MJD is absolutely free-reigning with the Elsa Bloodstone.
125 streams, goddamn. That might be higher than Craps.
Absolutely ham. He's got the Mantis damage boost, and they're clearing Crownfall off the point. Overtime hits no strange portal to bail the team.
So it's super early. I'll tell you guys a little something. Yo, Bitter Cherry, thank you for the 50 months. Appreciate you. So, Flats TV, the TikTok account, got restricted for impersonation last night. So I have to appeal it with TikTok. Guess who I'm impersonating? Myself.
MVP. They held onto that invisible boundary, like you said, used it for the slow on the Apex Predator to make sure that they could sustain, and they were even able to out-duel Crownfall later on as well. 23k healing isn't as high as their opponents, but that is because their opponents were being spawn capped on the stairs.
I mean, look at the damage done as well. Like, the strategists, they were hitting shots, as was Zerk's 13 eliminations, 22,000 damage done by this Elsa, which was almost 6,000 ahead of MJD. And I mean, it's such a good map as well for Elsa to get to play. You're forced into having to cross around those corners. She can hide, she can obscure her hitbox and
you're not getting any treats.
And then send out that Apex Predator.
He's sniffing right towards the bag of where it is, because he knows it's there. But I gotta be careful. He's been putting on weight. He's even heavy right now. He's clawing into my knee.
Karmic revival on that second revive they got. They were picked off. They were chased down.
Platform is ass.
Got the backline revive, which just fed more ult charge over the Crownfall. And yet, even with that, the soul.
Honestly, I might just stop streaming on it until I get my internet situation fixed. Because it just causes me problems half the time.
I think if there's an MVP to give, it went to Kyubi. It could have gone to all 3 of the strategists, I think. And it's also just in that domination game mode. I think it was like Zootopia that Vision were playing up against Reason Gaming.
And I was wondering why recently the last couple streams like really weren't getting like pushed to people on TV. I was like, damn, like it was like really low, you know. Like I have no problem if I stream like variety and it doesn't do that hot, but like numbers wise, but it was really low, like unreasonably low for TikTok. But that's why it was probably it was already flagged me in the system. And then it decided, nope, it's time to restrict your account
and keep him standing.
So
yeah, for Crownfall,
well, trying to get that fixed now.
They lost to Virtus Pro yesterday, but the problem is that Vision Esports also
no treats. I have to not give him treats. I didn't get to take him on a walk this morning.
We'll see in about 3 minutes.
So I've been trying to get him to go on more walks because he's getting a little chunky. He's becoming a bit of a big boy. Yes, you are. You're a bit of a big boy. He's a chunky boy, so I gotta be careful. We gotta get him on walks. What exclusive drops? I don't see any drops in my inbox. Well, you wouldn't get them. They don't just appear. You gotta watch for a while. They're watch time requirement. I'm gonna do more tier lists today for the fun of it. No, I'm not. I don't even think I'm gonna be on Rivals that long. I think I don't know if it starts at 2 or it starts at 3. Did Shock play last night? How did Shock look? Blockwars starts in 2 hours? It starts at 2? Oh, it starts in 2 hours. So it starts at 3. It starts at 3? The in-game event. The only teams I would say are really good that I know off the top of my head are Navi and VP, 100% top 2 for EU. And then Citadel. I actually didn't get to watch TSM. Not TSM, sorry. 100 Thieves. I don't know if 100 Thieves played really well yesterday. Crownfall actually looked good. But they're in a game right now, so I apparently am losing, so we'll see if that stays that way. Honestly, it looks very different than it did last season. It's kind of all over the place. A lot of the Overwatch players went back to Overwatch, which is really weird in terms of pro play. Like, why did they go back to Overwatch? Because, like, you make pennies in Overwatch as compared to Rivals as a professional player. So, like, they must have either just hated the game or they were getting, like, to the point where they weren't good enough to stay on their teams. It says 12 p.m. PT on the Twitter account, so it is 3 o'clock. 100 Thieves got their shit pushed in on the last map. Really? So wait, did 100 Thieves lose yesterday?
Chat, you might actually be able to help me. I was looking for a tweet from one of the Americas players yesterday that I remember saying after FlyQuest like lost, like it's not great that you have players playing on 100 plus playing, because there's still got Europe players here and they were playing in America. And I wanted segues into these two teams because they have to consistently play on almost like 80, 90 plus ping. But because these are two Saudi teams, I'm pretty sure they're on
80, 90 ping. That's like my daily rank games.
They are taking chunks out of each other at this point. Crownfall going for the choice of Midtown, but like I said just before the break, Tetcher, Vision Esports played it and they dumpstered Reason Gaming on it.
They had a lovely time the last time they played, and right now this Vision Esports
team is Retro awake yet? I don't know if I saw him in here. I don't think I saw him.
A lovely time until someone actually stops them, and at this rate, that might not be until later in the tournament.
Got delivered? Hold on, I apparently got a package delivered. I gotta go check downstairs.
As an example, because right now they're looking great. Crownfall, we keep seeing these spikes, these moments of just showing how good they are, and yet they've yet to find a foothold to actually start getting wins.
But they did start finding footholds on Midtown against Virtus Pro. Like, there came a point, Ryan, you were with me on this, we actually casted this match yesterday, where we thought that they were going to hold on third, and then Virtus Pro hit overtime and hit Super Saiyan Stage 5.
Yeah. I mean, they maybe should have done, really, and that's the difference. I think, like, for some of these players of Vision, they were on a previous iteration of Crownfall. You've even got some, like, head-to-heads of players that used to be on Paradox back in Stage 2 of Ignite. But it does feel like the Vision team, because they've sort of done a lot more consistently higher with their like Lions finish, they have a little bit more experience, but there really is nothing between these two teams. It's not as if it really comes down to like a Boohoo and the likes of Gainer that actually have like the tenure. Everybody else is still fairly green, so there's a lot of promise and experience to still gain here.
They're certainly gaining it right now. This is the pre-season, so they're fighting for that prize pool, and of course they're seeding heading into the actual league itself coming up in the future. But you've already mentioned it. the experience from these teams, these are two teams that have had players play in Ignite, but have been spending a lot of time in the Marvel Rivals Championships, in the Middle East Pacific tournaments, like the E-League, for example, but they've been showing as much as they can and putting in the hours, potentially more than a lot of the other players in this tournament, because they've had these third-party tournaments that they can just throw themselves at over and over again, and that's mirrored completely in their tournament results.
Before I disappear into the ether, it was as the manager from Vision said yesterday that they're going to win everything. It's an expected Series 2 win here, but obviously I think Crownfall have a couple more tricks up their sleeve, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I really want to see the ban draft, to be honest, especially since Vision Esports got to play things like the Mantis and the Adam triple strategist on domination. Taking them to Convoy, avoiding convergence, I feel, is one way to sort of sweep away from the triple strategist threat of things like the flyer compositions. And if Vision tried to rely on the Adam tricks, Crownfall could potentially go for things like the Groot and the Moon Knight, as we did get to see Rosa going for the Groot early on those rounds of Burn and T'Challa.
It's wild that when you talk about a flyer composition, Adam can now potentially be included in that, as he finally got his wings. But we're going to be heading on in, and this is looking pretty familiar, Moxie. We're taking out Gambit first, immediate protection onto the Elsa, allowing Crownfall to potentially, last time they took out the Vanguard Deadpool first, and yeah, this is identical.
I mean, for Vision Esports, it's a no-brainer, right? Going for the save on the Elsa after Zerx had such a performance on that round of domination. Plus, as we've seen, if you ban out the Vanguard Deadpool, Gainer just swaps over to the Rogue. So, Crownfall, I don't think you have the ban slots to be able to burn to take the Rogue out, and I would rather see something like the, well, yeah, we already got it, the Gambit getting removed, so that if it does get through, you don't have to team up with Hots as one, as no surprises. Mantis across the board for both of these teams targeted from Vision and Crownfall's end, so not going to get the triple strategist line, but potentially still getting the Adam Warlock.
Loki was hovered as a potential protection from Crownfall, but they're going to stick with the Invisible Woman, making sure they have a more sustainy backline as opposed to one that is more burst protection, and Flex is more on based on whatever they get their second strategist to be. Vision, they're going to remove the Groot. That does potentially give a clue that they might still be looking at triple strategist, because Groot is very good at dealing with that, putting up walls in between you and your strategist to prevent that healing output. Something that Deadpool has also jumped in as an option, but that has also
so I got my package.
And Vision secure it one-sided.
I mean, one-sided Groot's actually a really good Vanguard look, especially on Midtown, where there's going to be a lot of fighting in small spaces with streetways, where the Groot walls can really serve to isolate, blocking off not just Adam line of sight healing, but also things like the Loki as well. So it's going to put a lot of focus on Crownfall.
There was a Jehovah's Witness fucking
to split. Like if the
pamphlet jammed in my door
and that backline's trying to play a little bit safer with more distance in between, the Groot's actually able to punish that. Yes, the backline will be safe, but the Vanguards will be anything but.
Looking at Crownfall as they look for the hovers. The question
fucking hell, man.
Here is, do they go for the Loki themselves?
Yo, closely Maple thing at 2-1. Appreciate it. Bitter cherry ears. Yeah, I did it actually.
Yes, Invisible Woman as the main healing output could be swapped off if they're happy with what they have, but looks like they're going to commit to that. They don't have a Groot of their own. So
thank you, Maple. Appreciate you. And B-Bomb.
Classic
Thank you, Brian, as well.
They do not want to die with people like Adam potentially being put at risk if they're not at least close to their Vanguards enough that they can turn around and help them. Whereas Vision, they will be able to split the team with that Groot, and that is going to be something that Crownfall will have positioned themselves to deal with.
Speaking about positioning, I imagine Vision Esports are likely going to scout out the Loki and the Adam and potentially field the Moon Knight, given the fact that Crownfall are going to be bunkering up in those small rooms, making it a little bit harder for the dive to find a good point of entry.
I did not go Jehovah's, but my Mormon
communities
are
like
looking tastier and tastier with rent going up. Okay.
Bounces, as it looks actually like we're seeing Vision Esports scout it, but still want to commit to Nemo Elsa.
All right, what do the bands look like? Invis, Mantis, Gambit, Tank Pool. Looks like ranked over there.
So the
Gambit, Deadpool, Mantis, Groot.
No more name.
I like that ban actually a little better.
third swap in under a minute for Satam here, but getting that Phoenix could of course burst through that backline. All those bonus hits.
So impact means someone's
doing yard work at mine, let you know what that means. Time for flats. Thanks for all the content.
Appreciate you. Hopefully it's not too bad out there. It's freezing here today. The power of the Groot. The Groot compels you. Damn, the Jehovah's Witness panel really did actually pay off. They got me saying fucking the power of Groot compels you. Hello, thanks for the 2-1. Appreciate you.
And it's unmatched as well because X-Beta on this Groot, while not getting a lot of damage,
the power of the tree.
Cutting the line of sight for both.
I'm not gonna lie, they kind of might be cooked. That Cloakle right there was not the greatest. They kind of just kited it and they walked back in. Yeah, they walked back in with Invisult and they just walked them over.
And Vision Esports are dispatched and dealt with. Back to respawn they are sent, and Crownfall give themselves a little bit more space. They do have to worry about the walk with Eternal Bond, allowing Zerg space to send out the Apex Predator.
I don't know. I feel like that Loki Cloakle was a bit of a little bit trolly. What region is this? EU.
Decides to use the Karmic Revival, the opportunity to bring the team back safely.
Right now they have Karmic Revival ×2 or Karmic Revival and Invisible Boundary with that God of Mischief, which could be massive. Apex Predator's going to come on out early, grabbing to the...
Where's my Overwatch? Well, today I have Blockwars, so I was just going to watch a little bit of MRC, because the season just started yesterday, just to see what the games look like, see what the teams look like, and then I have Minecraft Blockwars later. Eats it! Meets it mid-Maggle. That's crazy.
Who dropped incredibly low, not needing to be revived though, because they actually sustained through that fight, and Crownfall repel Vision for a second time here.
Are we pretending that this is a skill-based esports balanced game? I mean, let's not get it twisted. I think this game is inherently at a lot of levels not the most competitive. However, the changes that they made to the ult charge actually makes it so the game has a neutral now. So I think they're making steps in the right direction for that. Now, are the casual players that enjoy the game gonna live with that? Who knows?
Team topped up as they're grouping around ambulance,
you know,
looking for an opportunity to try and step up. As you can see, straight play quite aggressively. Almost at that Eye of Agamotto. It's going to be Eternal Bomb that's dropped out first. We see the Wolverine get taken down right off the front here. Darby, Invisible Boundary forced out on this back like you.
Why are they so far back there?
As they've already lost one member, they're waiting for the reset, waiting for the boundary to expire. Eye of Agamotto into the
That's a pretty big strange ult, actually.
Launch. Crownfall continuing to sustain with 30 seconds remaining.
Oh, what an exit trade, though! Huge play from Gainer, goes deep into the backline, takes Ayana Koji out. No Loki, no opportunity to portal him back
Ayana Koji's
no
a diabolical in-game name to be going by.
For Vision Esports. They can play aggressive with QB's one-sided God of Mischief to set Zergs up for all of the damage into the Apex Predator.
Damage is disgusting.
Coming on out, Group will shut off so they can go into the backline. They're going deep, looking for that Terror Cape to try and focus down the backline, remove the strategist from the board. Apex Predator deep in the entrance to the subway to take them.
The fucking Clartrox eats everybody.
They have the cocoon though, no revive available, but they need to be alive in order for Aeon to get the clone, which they do. Karmic Revival brings back a boohoo. Meteor Emmet to the backside to try and take out the strategist. Dark Force teleport to avoid it. No one goes down.
Oh, well, that Maggle.
Running out of tools.
Maggle was a little questionable.
Topped up, and they need to make sure that they are touching the point right now as Crownfall continue the duel to not force them off.
Big Groot ult. Huge Groot ult. Gets 3.
The walls, they're zoning them off from the strategist exactly like we thought, and they push them through onto the last couple inches. Invisible Boundary for the delay. They're still.
There was a couple good matches yesterday. There was a couple really good matches yesterday. I mean, this game's 1-1 right now. No, it's not. I lied. I just straight up lied. It's not 1-1.
Oh, here comes the Karmic Revival. Vision Esports have already dropped 2 players. Make that free. Apex Predator, though, might be able to clear them off of the objective, but Satam pins back onto the point with the last stand, and Vision Esports have the last laugh in the fight. QB comes on through with the later God of Mischief into the Invisible Boundary.
Yeah, I think they take that. Yeah, they do.
It came close, but Vision Esports.
Yeah, they kind of blew their ults on defense a little bit. Like that Mag ult was a little questionable.
What a
to say the least.
Performance. That is Vision breaking the hold, but all the time was burned through here.
Do you like current Marvel Rivals? I think that it's much better like now than it was last season. Realistically, for me, it's just the games. Like, you can fix the game, you can't fix the gamers. You know? The gamers in this game right now are just kind of miserable, low-key.
And Dabby are getting very little ultimate charge from the damage. They're just not having that Vanguard take at the moment. As Vision Esports want to take first turn, they lose X-Beta though, and that group was just a little bit too overextended.
Seen a ZZ character trailer? No, I haven't.
From the damage that Elsa can do, and this is the turnaround. Vision wants to take first turn. Crownfall just prevented it.
Satan's moved over to the Winter Soldier here, looking for a potential just capitalization. See they can go for the blow, but MJD is looking for anyone from Vision to step up. Strangling Prison though could be the first setup here. Apex Predator also at the ready, but their follow-up is just going to have to be made.
I was gonna say I saw that coming.
Exactly what MJD's looking for.
That Groot walking up and there was a Wolverine hiding 3 inches away. Yeah, he's dead.
Is going to be punished.
Maple, I appreciate it.
They weren't ready for the Wolverine.
I mean,
hey, and the 5 gifted. I appreciate you. It's so kind. Tier 1, the 5 gifted, the kind worlds. W Maple. Jack, just one from Maple. And if you got gift sub, make sure to thank you. Appreciate you.
On top of you. So it's going to be up instead to a flank coming through from Zerx to just oust Crownfall's position off.
It's kind of cool. You can watch all the different costumes in game. The different costumes. Wait, what do you mean?
That being said,
wait, the guy who said he was watching me in Rivals, I thought he was just kind of like just maybe English not first language or something. I didn't understand it. Are you can watch from in the game? Do you watch me from in the game? Like in the Rivals game?
Not a lot of time on the board.
Does that mean I am canon in the Rivals universe now?
Impact which can capitalize with that straggling prison of X-Beta, but they've got to be careful because MJD is about to have last stand and is.
I'm canon in Marvel now. Let's go.
QB is staying real far back, making sure that they do not get caught out of position. From exactly that, Apex Predator coming on out, going to be going from a side angle, looking for a first pickup, but they need to make sure that they're touching the point. This is going to be a trade out. Straggling prison already going to be dropped, interrupted.
Huge ult. Can't believe they got that cloak all up, actually. Through the support ult is crazy.
Eternal bombs being sent out from both teams with the God of Mischief for the capitalization, trying to take down that Doctor Strange to burst through on this defense as Kyubi is deep in the backline.
Setting up for that Terror Cape just before he drops back into the Loki form. Abu is actually back on the Strange, but they're not portaling in. Looks like it's just going to be a full regroup and push out of Subway Tunnel instead. As Vision Esports trying to build up a win condition. Expert about to hit that Strangling Prison yet again, because like you said, it wasn't a cast.
Crownfall doesn't really have anything though.
So it went back to the
I guess they have Strange ult, but
it's about to hit Ivag.
I don't know if he's going to hit.
So far,
he'd have to get like 4 people with it.
Can he find the same level of magic that Crownfall were able to secure the wins off before? Rex is on Cloak, could potentially use the Dark Teleportation to keep everybody out of it.
It's literally nobody.
The attempt is interrupted by X-Beta, stemming the momentum with the Strangling Prison.
MJD is turning into an angry
wait, but they do get a couple actually.
Right now, melting through the front line to try and force them off the point. Crownfall, they lose them though. Unable to
dude, they're trading. This could be anyone's game right now. Oh, never mind. That's a huge kill from Vision.
Who's going to portal back in? Satan may have to do the same for their team, as this is a scrappy.
Or sorry, not Vision. It was a Q for big kill from Crownfall.
Vision, thanks to the God of Mischief and Apex Predator to try and force them.
Whatever team was on defense.
But they're still holding. Satan is throwing himself at this. They're giving everything to this. Gator's now on the Wolverine to try and contest it. As Strange is forced back to the rest of their team to make themselves back into that defensive line. As defense
another support ult.
With the second God of Mischief, needs to avoid any chance of getting
picked
up by the Wolverine.
Holy, what a hold.
Crownfall forced them off.
It could have been a full hold. And then, honestly, with that overtime fight, it could have gone anyway.
God damn.
Like Vision Esports, when they get the portal back on for we start to see like just the trade of the strategist ultimates. Invisible.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. By the way, I have not played Minecraft a single time since I played Minecraft on stream. That one time, like months and months and months and months and months ago.
Overtime's been running so long. Crownfall starts splitting their players off.
I think I'm gonna get cooked.
On holding the objective, but delegating.
I think I'm gonna get cooked in Blockwars. Dark Horse.
onto Vision Esports, separated players, like going for the backline, wanting to pick apart things like the Elsa as well.
Sounds spooked. I literally just haven't launched the game.
It was a lot of distance picked up on a map that, as I said, could be a full hold this time on the side of Vision Esports, because they looked at that Adam Loki stall composition. They're doing the exact same thing.
Good idea. We'll have some. They're even looking at Rocket. I don't know if it's going to make it out of spawn, but they could go for a triple revive here with the Battle Rebirth Beacon instead of the Invisible Boundary. And that's scary, but what's interesting to me is they're looking at the Thing as their second.
Don't worry, Boger had to install the game.
Crownfall are looking at that Wolverine. They are looking at characters who are diving past every now and again, and they want lockdown. They want to make sure they do not get the free reign to move around and try and.
How do they have Champion Fox Lord icon? Because this isn't a real server. It's the pro server.
Earlier in the draft.
They have everything technically unlocked.
The can't just wall Gainer's engagements off and prevent him from jumping back to his players.
No, I'm not playing Deadlock.
We're going to be seeing a lot of stall potential because, like you said, Rex is sticking with the rocket. If one from Vision side falls early, they've got the battle recall beacon to bring
what the fuck? He TP'd in.
Generation domain already forced on the side of
JK,
Vision
that was
Esports
just okay.
to just care their players after MJD
crazy.
Opening
it looked like from the camera work that he put a clone in behind them and TP'd in to help the Wolverine jump, and it was just like, hello.
Onto Gator, but they're able to retreat back to the rest of their team, get healed up. Satap's up to 45% for that Karmic Revival.
Yeah, there's exclusive drops on the Twitch side, yeah.
They can build these up. QB may get the first one as Loki's able to charge up a little bit faster here as Zerx trying to go for a quick blow up. The capitalization on these Elsas is so hard to do. If you're not marking who they are, then they could just do exactly this. And this looks like round one, Moxie. This is what we were used to seeing.
I mean, the Thing doesn't just stop the dive, it also allows you to play the tempo of the brawl, which Diana is really happy to do. It also lets you apply vulnerability without the cloak and dagger in play that Zerx is capitalizing every opportunity. That
it is a little sad, though, that we're seeing so much triple support right now in these matches.
Boundary. Vision Esports will use the Cosmic Ion Amplifier to give them the opportunity of combining the damage with
I mean, from yesterday, like, a lot of the matches were triple support. We're seeing more triple support right now.
Condition is discarded. They go back to the respawn.
Well, neither team banned Elsa.
Vision Esports,
they're just choosing not to play it.
Break through this first point, and now they're making Crownfall.
Actually, I lied. I thought they were on Punisher, not Elsa, because they're not running triple. They're running double on attack.
Seduction to once again just try and force the back off the point. Going to be mirrored by Rosa to look up to the back line. Bane is taken down though.
Bit of an interesting ult.
Doing a huge amount of damage, trying to bring out the
maybe it was planned.
To try and meld on through, but Karmic Revival, first one going to be dropped out.
Wait, why did they
back into the game, bring it back 3 members? Ayamagamoto comes on out to
try
and allow them to push onto the point, but it's interrupted.
Maybe a pre-res, I guess, but like why?
I mean, Darby's about to hit Invisible Boundary, MJD, Final Judgment as well. It's going to be a reliance on Kyuubi, but this Loki, you have to make a choice.
The ults on the defensive side were a little questionable there.
Boundary to survive it, or do you go for an easier but potentially punishable Karmic Revival copy onto Satam instead, which means you give up a lot of space. Looks like it's going to be a premature copy onto the rocket to break out of the choke with the Cosmic Ion Amplifier, which MJD, I mean, he's just going to sit inside Ayana Koji's Invisible Boundary, play it safe with the Final Judgment.
Yeah, they just wouldn't fight off that. You just can't stop Punisher ult. Hey, am I crazy, by the way?
And now it's a game of distance.
Or have I seen more Punisher in the last 2 days than I've seen a Bucky?
Stand between Crownfall and being able to even up this game as they were able to break through that first siege. Vision.
You know, your viewers of Overwatch, do not forget about the Discord scam. I am a completely new player to Overwatch, and the first Discord I joined with 20,000 members, the first person I find to duo, they tried to scam me. I mean this with all due respect. First off, I don't know what in the world you're talking about. Second off, members of a server doesn't mean really anything. Number 3, yeah, that's gonna happen if you like just randomly start trying to find and befriend people on the internet you've never met before and you have no like connection to. You know, like there's no reason not to make friends on the internet, but like, you know, just randomly like drawing the dice on whoever in a Discord server responds to you to play video games is like basically asking for trouble. And I don't know if that sounds crazy to you, but to me that just sounds like normal social, like you don't that wouldn't be a good idea.
They
Oh, he's shotgunning. He's got the shotgun out.
because they have the opportunity.
He's whipped out his shotgun.
Make sure they burn through Vision Esports cooldown.
They killed the Punisher. Or sorry, they killed the mag. They got the Venom out. They've got the shotgun punny out.
Which means it's not available for the Crownfall re-engage. That's risky. It's now going to come down to QB to be forced to use it.
I mean, you use the Comic Revival, so you bring all of your players back and you can hold high ground, which now means that you have the opportunity.
What's you voting for? I just want to see games. I honestly don't know like any of these players, quite frankly.
And you also force Crownfall to have to use the Emeralds, but now, as opposed to on the objective itself, MJD gets dove upon, so the Punisher can be occupied.
Oh, into the Loki.
Final judgment can be the nail.
Oh, it's night. It's lights out. Good night.
From Ayanokoji brings him right back into the fray.
They're trying to run down the Punisher. He's got the shotgun out. He's got another one.
They're all back. QB gets the Comic Revival off.
He's got the shotgun out.
With the eliminations all over again.
Here comes a
boom!
From Ayanokoji with the God of Mischief of their own.
He just WK'd with his shotgun out. Boom! He just WK'd with his shotgun out. Boom! Boom! Hey, listen! They call it crazy every time, and then when it starts to come true,
such a insane
it comes true
on our hands. Oh my goodness, this is the series that we would get, right? When we
and this isn't even the first game. We've watched multiple games of Punisher today. Where's the Bucky? I don't see him anywhere. You know what I see? I see Shotgun Punisher W King.
We absolutely love it. This was Crownfall putting their best foot forward. We talked about it. They put up a bit of a fight against Virtus Pro. We were like, there's something there.
Yeah, Crownfall I thought actually looked really good the other day. So I was surprised they were already down 0-1.
Great revive fights on their defense. On their attack, they forced a lot of extra value.
17 finals is crazy though.
The Punisher to try and
I'm gonna pee real quick. I'll be right back.
Because it could dive in quick enough and just melted Beta 12 times, becoming a casualty, just putting too much pressure on him.
I mean, shout out Ayanokoji. Like, MJD was a slither of health when Vision Esports dispatched the dive to go put the pressure on the Punisher. Understanding, the moment Rosa uses Sonic Seduction to walk Crownfall out of that choke, and to its point, Final Judgment is going to be the follow-up, so deal with the Punisher and deal with him now. And it really is a race between that Punisher dropping and getting 1 foot. It's literally 1 foot into the regeneration domain to instantly get all of that healing from the damage done onto him.
I was a little bit worried, I think, for Crownfall with it being going into overtime fights and him slowly losing them out, and they could have full health like Moxie mentioned. I was like, okay, feels a little bit like a repeat of yesterday. But the attacking side was so blisteringly fast that Vision Esports couldn't really get a hold of this one. I think the bigger question now is, like, if Vision Esports were playing MRC, they'd go to another domination map. But they can't. They have to go to a Convergence. So I guess for them, for either of you, where do you think is the likely place they'll want to take it? What's the easiest route for them, considering how mechanically heavy they are, and also triple strategy centric?
I mean, I think it favors Vision Esports, right? Because, as you said, domination, demons, Convergence is at least half of domination. So I feel like whichever map they decide to choose, it's going to be a strong one for them, and it's going to be brutal for Crownfall to break first.
I'm going to purposely ignore your question and say give a Shibuya.
That would be nice. It'd be really cool to see, like, if that torch stuff happens anymore, but we'll have to see. We'll see how this series is going to finish out after a quick break.
Yo, psyching the 9 months. Appreciate it. MJD, I'm the same guy a few months ago? We talking about? I'm confused. How's your dog? That's a good question. Where'd he go? He left. He's probably downstairs.
Hold still. I'm trying to help.
MJD is the same guy who was known as one of the best Call of Duty trick shotters of all time. Oh, really? No shit.
Back up under their noses. Us against the world.
He ran away? Why did he run away? Dude, I had to keep him from running out the door. The package got here. I went to go outside to grab it, and he comes flying down the stairs, screaming. I don't know if you guys could hear him. Like, he was screaming with a fucking yak milk in his mouth. Still cannot believe that's a real skid. I like the Dark Child for it, though. So fantastic.
Hey Flats, thanks for still providing dinner content. Me and GF
Yo.
watched your bronze Overwatch vid yesterday. Haven't touched that game in 7 years. Greatest decision of my life.
Thank you for the 4 months, dude. Appreciate it.
Vision are being pushed by the Saudi Esports counterparts Crownfall in this series. We still have other games after this one. We got Pulsar versus Ultra Esports. And
you know the swiping mode anymore? What was the swiping mode?
This series is giving everything that you would want, right? You've got a team that was pretty successful in previous MRCs, been picked up by Vision, and Crownfall qualifying for the most recent MRC. It is actually going to be Shinjuku that we go through next, which is we've seen it before in previous tournaments, but we've never seen it in EMEA with this Ignite draft. And considering all of the kooky stuff that we've already seen today, I don't even know where to begin, Tetcher.
I mean, it's the storyline I tried to set up yesterday, that this Ignite is a little bit of something old mixed in with a little bit of something new. We have the newest map in our map pool, which is one of our oldest maps, coming back in, and this unchanged from how it was when it was taken out of the competitive pool, meaning that the initial choke point on point
and
number
what Overwatch with Rouse. I think Rouse is a better meshing game.
To deal with. And
have you ever played other esports before?
I know, Moxie, you're a big fan of.
I did R6 and transitioned to understanding Rivals more than Overwatch.
Yeah, but it also
I do think Overwatch is a lot more complicated
like,
now, especially as like the years have rolled on.
And you lose
so like jumping in 10 years later is really hard.
Oh boy, do you not have a fun time.
You know, as long as if you're from like somewhat near the start with Rivals, it's going to be a lot easier to like digest it.
Ultimate economy against. So I feel like the Mantis, especially since we're headed to Convergence, is going to retain as a staple ban for both of these teams, which means, guys, there's a likelihood Adam Loki gets through again.
Yeah, it was the Loki that was like getting through. It was quite surprising. I was checking my notes. I wasn't showing you how well I shaped the top of my head. I did a really good job, but that's not the point. It was that there was a one-sided Mantis, and again, it had such a big impact. But just like, we don't usually see like Loki being let through. Like, even though there's more focus that goes onto Elsa, onto the Deadpool, onto the likes of Gambit, there usually is just like, you've got 4 bans, yeah, get rid of Loki, because we just don't want him to like amplify whatever compositions come out. Case in point, there was no Gambit in that server. Loki still got a lot of value, right, Tetcher?
Yeah, not just from the copies onto the Karmic Revival and the Adam Warlock. We also saw multiple times, of course, the copy onto
I'm wondering who you're talking to.
For Invisible Boundary, which is the usual. The Adam Warlock copy is an extra bit of spice. If you
Master, who are you talking to?
Boundary
Are you talking to me?
good portion.
I mean, I will say though, if we get flyers, like Loki can't heal flyers. That's the thing. Every Loki player will tell you. I pull my hair.
He's got here as a drama already. I don't know.
To play Loki, and I see like an Angela on my team
who the fuck
unless
are you
you're
talking
flying
to?
close to walls,
I'm gonna read. I want
so
to
you
pull
can
your
take
logs for a
advantage
second.
of
I'm
the
confused.
AoE distance of the Loki heal. You're not going to be able to consistently hit your shots on things like
You're gonna
the
ignore that
Ultron
Sentinels
and
needed
Torch, which is why
Aramori?
when
Are
we
you
do
beefing
see
with her?
those flyer metas develop,
I didn't even stream NA matches yesterday. I was at dinner. I wasn't even home. The fuck are you smoking? Why do you want an argument with me when I literally wasn't even fucking home? The fuck? What's wrong with you?
You know, just like, come on. We are getting into game very soon, but like, I don't mind. You've got like the old map now back into the game. Zero
Holy
changes,
shit.
with a whole new meta and a draft system put on top of it. It's not surprising in the slightest.
I think I watched one NA match. I don't even know if I did finish. I finished the first match of NA and I left. I wasn't even home.
Showing for future games, qualifying games for playoffs for sure.
well, not just that, it's also the fact that we're about to go into band
Don't
draft,
stoop to their
so
level.
you
Rise above the
don't want to
toxicity.
screw
No, I
over
used to do
your
that in
band draft
Overwatch.
on a map
I've
like
learned
this,
now that in today's day and
especially
age,
because
if you
you're
let that
attacking
shit
first
fly,
and you manage
the
to get
narratives
forward,
run
which means
wild and
defensively,
it doesn't
that's gonna
actually
be a
benefit
great
you
motivator to have your
anymore.
defense round, as
Roll in the
opposed to if
mud,
you're defending
get down there,
first
get
and you find
below them,
yourself
kick
getting
them in the
rolled
dick.
because of a bad band draft, that's going to be horrible.
Yeah, but
motivation
okay,
to
well
pull
then
out
why
on
are you
your
starting an
partner.
argument with someone over something you're not well informed on? If I'm picking a fight with somebody, I want to walk in and well informed. That's just stupid.
Draft Crownfall forced onto defense, meaning that they have to be the ones to show
That's just idiotic.
how you lock this down. And Vision bravely showing us for the first time in EMEA for Ignite.
I couldn't even tell you the score of any of the games from NA yesterday. I wasn't here.
Chose attack means that they have a plan, and we're all very excited to see.
Elsa is the first save.
And I'm going to take it one step further. I'm not going to be here for NA matches again today because I'm playing in fucking Blockwars.
Incredibly early on the side of Crownfall, not a Vanguard Deadpool.
What did y'all get for dinner? Did we get dinner?
I wonder if
we got
leave the Vanguard Deadpool open
Wagyu.
to try and deny Vision Esports wanting to put Gainer on the Rogue, especially since Rogue would be less problematic given that Gambit
some
was
sides. Obviously, we've got like mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, corn,
something very familiar.
And then
that Mantis being banned out earlier instead of that Vanguard Deadpool.
Cheesesteak bites, and then we got
even on the second attempt there.
Well, I got creme brulee. Iman got this like caramel apple thingy. It's not real caramel apple. It was like a dessert at a place, and Lonnie got
some environmentals and also that first
chocolate, like a slice of chocolate cake or something.
To try and skip it and see if they can sneak around and get some pressure onto the backline.
I mean, not just that, but the disruption properties of a defensive Angela as well.
Wow, streamer eating rich. Listen, okay. Emong have been wanting to take me out to a nice place ever since Streamer Awards.
And cancel the strange GP,
and so we finally found time to do it.
Of skipping the line as we get the first Loki ban coming through into a save on the Deadpool Vanguard. Now, do Crownfall echo
So was it very
Loki
expensive?
ban,
Yes. Did I pay for it? No, I gotta say thank you to Emong and his 19-hour drop streams for that one.
Storm, but gain access to Loki Larson. And that does mean potentially we do see when they go to the defense a stall strategy with a different composition for first than when they move on to second. If it is a Loki though, we're going to have to wait and see because they won't roll on.
Bands look about the same.
Instead, we're likely
oh, Angela actually banned in there instead of Groot now. Interesting.
Both the Jeff and the Rocket.
This gives them, of course, the classic Zootopia backline where they can avoid getting dove, but also just the speed you can push forward, even if you're first.
Elon lost his voice for a week for that dinner.
The bubbles from Jeff.
Oh, it was worth it. I know that. Because only the 40 months.
Vision,
I told him to do it as long as he can. Like, dude, just grind it out. Like, I know he can do like super long, but like I did it for like a year, like consistently. You know, every drop cycle, 20-ish hour streams, and like mentally and physically, it was like awful for me. So like, even though the money was great, I could never do it again. Like I'd rather not have the money and like have the physical health at that point, because I was genuinely going insane.
If you're hearing a strange portal queue,
not saying I'll never do like one or two here and there, but not consistently.
There we go. Xbeta is currently on the Sorcerer Supreme. Rosa, do they go for the portal cancel or do they let it through? Looks like they might actually let it through, and we can see Crownfall adapting their position, starting to try to scout out where exactly that portal will be.
Wait, they're actually playing on this map. Holy shit, I didn't know this map would be an Ignite.
Want to place it safe so that your team can actually exit. Maybe a little bit.
They're gonna TP right on the Elsa.
You can maybe get an early pickup. They've got extremely aggressive here, but they are bringing out.
They don't get it. Smart move by the Elsa though, running around so much.
Charge up early as they commit through the.
When are you gonna play the next FNAF game? Probably not for a little bit, if I'm honest with you.
That he wants something a little bit more aggressive. Portal your team in, swap to Venom. He's got a fast rollout, rejoin your team. This gives that Jeff the symbiotic shenanigans. This is something we've seen a little bit in the past.
That Deadpool's dead.
Make a return here,
what in the fuck was that?
Take it down.
Holy troll play.
Yeah,
saw that from 9 miles away. Like, what in the world are you cooking?
Nice swaps back over to the Rockets. We can
gets rezzed at least, I think, right?
The team. They've already been able to pick up the first bit of point cap. MJD falling as well means that Crownfall are losing the opportunity of stalling for a win condition to be built up. I say win condition, honestly, it would just be stabilized condition at this point.
I really just don't like Mag here. I feel like Mag here is just kind of does nothing.
Checkpoint fallen. Crownfall now have to.
But they banned Tank Pool, so what are they gonna do?
On Ayana Koji with the Jeff bubbles to give the speed boost to stop Vision Esports finding more staggers.
Call the AR nurse,
so they need twice on the map with TPs. That's evil.
Crownfall forced to retreat so far and give up all the space to give all the space to Vision as they push on forward, and they're playing so aggressively with that Venom, with that Daredevil. But Rosa is able to spot the Venom up on the high ground, will zone them out a little bit, and this power, as you pointed out, of that defensive Angela to put pressure on and try and punish people who try to sneak around, trade out Gainer for MJD on that front line, as Darby just sending shots down range, keeping it healing.
Yo, cosplay being fine for shit.
Grabs back, trying to force them off the point, but it's still Rosa who's
I'm surprised they're all letting Elsa through so much.
Darby as well, able to stay up despite Gainer being brought back by the Battle Recall Beacon. You still lost access to the Banhammer, so the Invisible Woman still stands, and Invisible Boundary alongside it. QB, though, with the It's Jeff, takes Darby out of the fight.
Evil.
And Vision Esports will be able to regain all of that momentum instantly. So Tan's looking to catch the disengagement too. They've been able to scout out where the Jeff is off of the passive radar sense, and without strategists,
well, honestly, Radical Red is what I want to probably finish first. That's like my new focus after today. Well, actually, that's not totally true. There's one or two other things too, but like.
Rosa is still flanking, still causing issues, trying to enter into the duel with Sata, who tries to chase them down with that good chase.
That's fucking evil. That is actually an evil ass combo. Imagine getting comboed out of the fucking sky by the melee character Daredevil.
To capitalize on the fact that they have a numbers advantage, Visible Boundary comes out and is expiring.
Put Links here? Or Links to what? You'll definitely get timed up by the bot though.
For the damage boost, it's Jeff to buy a little bit of time. This will be.
Pick your poison, Elsa or Gambit. We actually watched a lot of games yesterday where Gambit was getting left unbanned and they weren't playing him.
A little bit of time to regroup and try and punish the people here, but Zerx arrives back to the fight and immediately contributes, grabs one, sets up for two, and Vision continue their momentum.
I mean, Crownfall do get one more chance at stopping Vision Esports before they hit second checkpoint. It's all going to come through.
But is the camera on lives like this? Must be a tough gig. There's typically like a production company, or at least like a production group, or people that have like experience with it. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if they hired like some of the former Overwatch League people.
And again, without the Invisible Woman, Crownfall just don't have the sustainability. Ayana Koji alone on the Jeff is not going to be enough to keep the team up in the face of the Apex Predator. And Vision Esports continue rolling through Shinshibuya.
I don't make guides. Guides are not my thing.
Is applied. We're getting the full tour of Shinshibuya here in its return showing, getting to see every single part. As Crownfall tried to set up for a defense of Boohoo. Onto the Groot. MJD going for the full combo. Horn of Proteus with the Namor. They're going to try and just wombo Vision out. But with 3 minutes left on the clock, they have to first build up those.
The finals gonna be a LAN event this again? I would assume so.
22 on MJD.
I would assume so.
Keep pressuring. Keep that.
From what I read, it seems like there's gonna be a stage 1 final, a stage 2 final, and then a LAN final. Like,
beacon's already up, but it means it's not there for Gainer. Finished off on the chase as Rosa is piling on the pressure.
Yeah,
I watched your number 1 Venom the other day, and he was bullying the entire team. Yeah, a lot of the number 1 players are actually crazy. Tank players sometimes are like, I think, the scariest though.
Right, they do have to back up until the Venom's back in position, something that Crownfall is able to capitalize. And now with the Anakoji,
I actually do have a number 1 blade sitting in the vault right now for whenever I get some time.
Of your opponent. Unfortunately, you've lost Derby thanks to the Cosmic Yawn Amplifier damage boost onto Zerx, who was just doing so much work on this Elsa. And Anakoji,
what did you do when you worked in Overwatch League? I was a community coordinator for the Uprising, aka like their specific team. And you basically categorize as anytime the team interacted with the public in any way, shape, or form, I was the one who coordinated it. That doesn't mean just players. That means like the brand itself. So like, for example, you know, matches being played at the arena, obviously like eventually when they went to go to homestands, watch parties, team obviously like meeting fans and stuff like that, or just like events like PAX or stuff like that. Anything like that would classify as it. But then also over time it just became explaining esports to boomers, because there was a lot of old people. Because it was like all the Patriot owners and their management team, and you know, they were also still in their Brady era, so they thought like they were the smartest people of known to man. Because they're like, we're the Patriots, and I was like, you're mostly just Brady's entourage, buddy. I'm sure those couple years of the Pats sucking balls were humbling.
Both of their strategist ultimates. Expanders are about to hit another Feast of the Abyss, this time with a Cosmic Yawn Amplifier. The moment Gainer hits Banhammer as well, Crownfall are going to lose one of their strategists if they can't just peel off the base neutral dive in its strongest form.
Building their way back up 48%. Beta at 80% for the Feast of the Abyss, meaning that they have.
This last point is fucking evil to break through.
Set up for Satam and Zerx to just get immediate.
I'm actually surprised they haven't walled early.
Going to be burned immediately for the fight as Banhammer into the backline. FHDC is dropped completely here, and that is so much of the damage of Crownfall. MJD on their own Daredevil trying to create some space into the backline, but they're not finding.
You know, I guess when they don't have like a kidnap for you, saving the root wall a little bit later is maybe the right play.
Vision give us the full walk.
Yo, Reveling 15 months, appreciated.
As they claim the first triple cap.
Yeah, MJD tries to go for the Daredevil and make it a backline trade, but I mean, Vision Esports, they scout out that there's a Daredevil behind them, and they leave no one left isolated behind when they decide to go for that walk. It was just a matter of
tank pool, is he not going to get farmed? I think Groot is probably one of the best picks that they could make here, but having tank pool on one team and not having it for the other is just diabolical.
Daredevil as well, that point of entry,
like they're automatically at a disadvantage.
Venom doing so much to create the space. Rosa was able to deal with some of it, dispatching the threat levels of both the Daredevil and the Venom individually on second, but had to turn away from the Angela because like you were disrupting, but you weren't actually dealing damage.
Are those 8 bands up top? But not sure what to take from
it's
that
4. So this is the tournament scene. The tournament scene is different than the ladder. Ladder, you have 3 bands for each team, and there can be overlapping bands. In pro play, they are alternating bans and saves. You can't see the protects, which is basically you're not allowed to ban it. What you're seeing above them is what heroes are banned for that team. So the team on the right side cannot play Invis, Mantis, Angela, or Gambit. The team on the left side cannot play Gambit, Tank Pool, Mantis, or Loki. But if you, as you can see though, that means you could have, for example, Tank Pool is banned for one team and not banned for the other.
Teleport to open up the fight, going side door entrance just to make sure that there's no shenanigans to target the Strange early, and take the teleport onto its cooldown, as we can see them go for exactly the same point of entry actually as Vision Esports, same building to a T. Unfortunately falling a little bit for the floor, it looks like at the moment, as Vision Esports retreat, putting their players into the bunker to make sure that the dive can't commit, while sending Beta to make sure that Crownfall lose the space created.
Who built this building? The floor keeps collapsing as they're able to take down one immediately. Darby
honestly, that kill on the invis was a little impressive. A little bit luck too, maybe, but should bans really rank work like that? No, it would take too long, and having protects is you don't get that kind of synergy with people.
But Rosa goes down. MJD in the backside, but this is why this backside's so hard to deal with. It's very mobile, attempting to escape, but MJD actually grabs both and is still causing grief. Finally, Zerks will be able to finish him off.
Insane play coming on for that from Zerks on that Elsa Bloodstone. Crownfall, though, they lost that strange portal, and Vision Esports gained access to it. Abu, no fit, goes through it. With
jumps through, kills 3 is crazy.
Players out as they come through from those spawn doors and give Crownfall the opportunity of capping the first.
That's disgusting.
Point, but they have not been able to finalize the full fight, so we're forced to the rest of the team to just flood Vision Esports space and make sure that no one can get past.
And Strange was one of the last ones to go down, meaning there's going to be no portal. Venom is going to try and delay, but there's just no way they sustain that, which means Crownfall will grab the first point and begin their push, making their way on towards the second point here. Vision forced to reset. They have to wait a long time. X-Beta coming back on that Venom after being taken out on the way out. It's going to allow them to regroup.
Those are the 2 moments. What, from yesterday?
Still got 4 minutes on the clock, plus several seconds. This is a long time for Vision to try and delay.
We're gonna look at after. Because we're kind of mid-round right now. It was between rounds, maybe I would have been able to have a second to look at it.
Don't have any map space at the moment. They haven't been able to set up and stabilize a dive position, which means the Crownfall get to dive on their backline instead. Rex is the first to go. FHDC with the Apex Predator looks to send it out onto the point just to make sure that Vision Esports are cleared off of it. And when the dive,
you don't get to see the rocket going crazy that much.
Continues moving at the same time.
Why are people mad about your tier list? Because they're bored.
They make their way onto the point. Rosa play exactly the same.
One person wanted just engagement bait. The other people were just bored.
Anyone they can find who can be isolated will be
real talk. Real talk. You should, if you want to see some of the most unintelligent humans on this planet, you should actually go look at the follow-up tweets that I posted yesterday. Because you see some people arguing over like the Lord tier list.
It's a huge blow-up. Leads focusing from.
It's actually kind of sad.
Counter going to be coming out from Kyubi, who is going to successfully make it to the side. And
no way, he gets 4. Holy shit, that's crazy.
From Vision, great setup by Kyubi.
Oh, QV gets everyone off of the map in comparison to Poriana Koji, who gets just obliterated the moment that Vision.
Okay, rage bait aside, I mean, a Lord tier list, like which one is your opinion of which looks the best? I don't even think it's rage bait. They mostly just rage bait themselves. It's funny as shit. They're like, oh, how you think Cloak and Dagger's the worst character in the game? She dominates, you fucking idiot. And it's like, well, that's not what the tier list was about. You couldn't notice that Storm was the #1, like the best in the game? Noticing.
Satam returns to the fight, joins in the brawl immediately, focusing onto Rosa, takes them down on the retreat, and looks for.
Damn, we all thought Daredevil was gone, huh?
We can try to turn that attention onto Abu, who Zerks rejoins as well. MJD pinged off before they could even make it halfway back to their team, leaving FHD just poke down range, build up more ult charge, hopefully try and make something happen, but they're not having enough time to react because Satam is piling on even more difficulties, even with that anti-dive backline of the Rocket and the Jet. Daredevil is just so good at pursuing targets.
I mean, this is just dive theory, and honestly really good defensive mechanic theory too, coming on through from Vision Esports. They're taking as many fights as they possibly can. Like, yeah, they might lose players, they might trade ultimate economy, but what they're doing is they're wearing down the time bank.
Where's Gus? He let his double out. He's probably downstairs.
And they still have at least
he was up here earlier, but he likes his bed downstairs, so as long as he's fine, I'll just leave him. Let him chill.
Daredevil, but he's making the most of his slow descent to try and just juggle his verticality to pressure onto that backline. In the meantime, Zerks is deep in their own backline, punishing Crownfall, who are trying to dive it and doing a fantastic job at doing so, keeping that pressure onto the backline up to 80% for the Apex Predator.
Oh, everyone's saying Cloak and Dagger, how overpowered she is, but look at all the MRC games. Cloak is not banned and never played. Yeah, you're right. I've also been seeing that, but she has been played a little bit. She's not never played.
I mean, we're getting to see why MJD has to go onto that backline and pull Zerx's attention, because if Crownfall's players walk around that corner into the open line of sight when the Elsa's attention is undivided, yeah, Zerx is going to hit their shots and Crownfall will start seeing BRB get burned out instantly, so Rex gets the lead on that cooldown. Speaking about instantly, Vision Esports instantly jump onto Crownfall the moment they catch a whiff of the attacking team's position, and MJD is taken down instantly, no chance to let the devil out.
Here comes the Jeff, eats the focus down, the man without fear, turns Crownfall into the team without fish as they're being taken down. The dive is huge. Apex Predator to try and flip this.
That is an evil grab.
Make something happen, but FHDC is
the 180 on the fucking ult said, nah, I'm not trapped in here with you. You trapped in here with me.
Have the position held. Crownfall, they can't afford to try and strange because that doorway is so easily interrupted. So they go for speed. They go for road.
Well, the thing is, I don't know if I can. I'm gonna be able to finish the next set of matches. We'll see. Because this one went really, really long, and then there's probably gonna be like a 20-minute intermission between matches. I mean, we can do it at least for maps. We can do like a map or two.
There's nothing left of them. Taken off the board as overtime tick rolls down. That is going to be Vision Esports taking the series.
Vision Esports showcasing why Shinshibu is so defensively fair.
Cool. While we wait for next matches, because it's going to be a while for matches to start, I'm going to load into Rivals, just play a couple QP games. Ugh. Oh yeah, the YouTube clips too. Let me look at the YouTube clips. Yeah, I already clicked the button, so I'm gonna let the game finish loading in before I open them up. All right, what are these two clips you linked to me? Here's the first one. Rivals Ignite preseason 100 Thieves versus NRG.
This is definitely
Wait, whoops.
gonna be tough. And here we go. We got Madara looking for some fun already.
Wait, he's going for the port. No way.
The eye of the portal ready to go, and there it is. Does he find Vinny? Goodbye off the map. Another.
No way. Catches him walking through the doorway. And then what's this one? That one at least like kind of makes sense. Like it's almost like a little lineup.
You're looking good to go. Get the
Hold up. Who we kidnapping?
No way.
Time is of the essence. Hold the line. And he gets it up. Makes the swap. What a big pick. Talk about a freeze 2 onto Delena before Mar.
That's actually so fucking mean. And Shock beat them, right? Like Shock wins this series. Oh wait, no, it went to a map 3 at least. Wait, who won though? Wow, Shock did win. Holy shit, my list is in shambles. Good lord. So I was like, you need to do a Widow Skin tier list for the vibes? That's actually not a bad idea. That actually really isn't a bad idea. I don't know if I'm gonna have time for any tier lists today though. Oh, wait, crap, what's this? Before I load on the game. Whoa. Rivals is angry. Rivals wrote an essay. What's going on? Strict enforcement against mouse macrage usage. Dear Rivals, recently our scanners have picked up some anomalies in the time stream. Some players are using mouse macros during matches, executing abnormal combo sequences, or achieving actions beyond normal human speed gives these users an unfair advantage. This severely undermines game fairness, negatively affects the competitive experience for honest players. Hey, am I an honest player, Rivals? Please, I'm a good boy, right? and have detrimental impact on the overall gaming environment. Okay, question. What are they talking about? Like, for example, like what would you consider a macro that in Rivals that's effective? So you guys are saying B-hop mouse wheel. I don't think that's a macro. You're still using the input. Macros are typically like you program your mouse to press one button to do multiple things. Is there button combos for Daredevil? Is that what it is? Really? I'm trying to think of who else it could be. Deadpool, but they nerfed a lot of Deadpool's kits, so I don't know if they could really do it anymore. Some BPs have instant 180 macros. That would be a macro. Yep. Like if you click a button, you instantly 180. Can you do that? You can do that? Wait, that's gross. Therefore, we would like to make the following statement, or make the following clear statement. The use of mouse macros is a strict violation of our rules. Whether you're using macros to pull off impossible combos or to achieve superhuman APM, you are destroying the fairness of the game. Once confirmed, we will bring the hammer down strictly in accordance with our rules. You know, first off, I love to hear that, Nays. You know, love that out of you guys. Second off, though, can we be honest for half a second? I feel like I haven't seen the ban hammer really coming down on a lot of people that are like trolling games, and I've actually had like a legitimate one that was so clear as day, and literally my entire team reported them. The entire enemy team reported them. People from chat did, even though I didn't tell them to. And like multiple games later, I got finally a message that they were banned from ranked for a day. Luckily, I won that game, but I don't know if are people getting their points back for throne games too? I don't know if that's like rolled out yet. Let's be clear. Letting a machine do the work for you is absolutely not skill. Macros are just an unfair advantage gained through villainous means. Wow, dude, Rivals is out there just throwing haymakers. What the fuck? To maintain a fair and healthy gaming environment, we have further strengthened our detection and identification capabilities regarding mouse macro behavior. For accounts confirmed to be using mouse macros through system detection and manual review, we will take penalizing measures based on the severity of the circumstances, including but not limited to the following: matchmaking suspension, temporary account ban, long-term account ban, permanent ban. We urge all players to cherish your accounts and not take chances. Any attempt to gain an unfair advantage through mouse macros will be met with serious consequences. We are committed to providing a fair, just, and healthy competitive environment for all players. Thank you for your ongoing understanding and support of our efforts to maintain game integrity. We encourage all players to actively report violations, stay vigilant, keep fighting for justice, and let's defend the integrity of the Chronoverse side by side. Whoa. That's, whoa. I ain't gonna lie. That's something. Rivals said, yo, cut the shit. Are we coming for you? Protect. They said, literally, we urge all players to cherish your accounts. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Let's chill out. And Ease is mad. They pissed. Ooh. Ding, 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 boom, boom, boom. Meow. Wait, did I get my skin? I got my blue pool. Oh my god, look at my predictions. Oh my god, I got annihilated. Chat, I got fucking annihilated. Look at my predictions. I got one right. I got my Group B winner correct. Holy mo fucking shit. That is crazy. Look at EMEA. Hey, EMEA, I actually did pretty decent. I actually did pretty decent for EMEA. Navi was in there. Shikigami. I actually nailed Navi and Shikigami. Wait, this doesn't count? Wait, they're in the group. Oh, I guess it's not the correct placing. But wait, why is this correct? Oh, because they're tied for second. Wait, I'm covering it. I did actually much better with my EU predictions. How about China? Hasn't started. Okay, these ones haven't started yet. Nico, thank you for the Prime, by the way. Tiger, thank you for the Prime. Cake, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate you all, thank you. Okay, I got time for like one game. One QP. Is it not gonna change anymore? I'm confused. Good question, actually. I'm confused too.
You'll need a top-notch team to win this one.
Guys, I told you I was gonna learn Storm little by little.
Storm, hear my command.
It's time to learn Storm little by little. It's not over, but there's typically like 20 minutes between matches.
Power is a great gift. It must be used wisely.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Dude, the up and down speed is so slow.
New York is good.
I bring thunder.
Now, you better ask Costream to help bring us back to light.
That was on the wind speed too.
Is sort of the other way.
What is your biggest worry about Rivals long term?
I bring thunder.
Its player base, kind of like tearing itself apart.
3, 2, 1.
And
Here for my monthly check-in and chat.
its direction, because I think it knows that where it has to go now, but I don't know if it has the strength to do it.
I lift up my combat. A tiny boost.
Time to tear them up.
Be wary until you destroy this.
Lead them to Khonshu. Boom! No skill shot.
Oh, I'm dead.
The moon.
Now the thunder is coming.
I don't know if you looked into it, but Quantum Fiber is installing a lot of lines in the East Coast right now. Maybe some of you have looked at it.
They've made it halfway.
I actually don't even know what that is. I'd have to, yeah.
Be strong.
Maybe remind me after this game's done. I'll look at what that is.
Better stop that vehicle. There's still a chance to stop them.
The moon haunts you.
No pleasure in that, but it had to be done.
Oh, he's 1 HP.
Now might be
Damn, you really get your ass eaten as Storm by Spidey, huh?
I'm old.
The wind will
I have to like
only blow
really hold
strong.
my E for every engage. If I don't, I'm just cooked.
better stop that vehicle. There you
Can't let that pass.
I bring thunder. A tiny boost.
Come behind this.
Oh,
Feel the wrath of the goddess! They couldn't weather the storm.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man.
You really ulted me too? Dude, I've been trying to play Storm for over 2 days now. I think 2.5 games. And I think I've gotten soul ulted by Spideys at least 8 times. I can't tell. Is it me? Because they know it's me? Or is it just that's just a good thing to do to Storms? I don't know. Yeah, we'll leave the 8 months.
Then Storm. Can't wait for the Jeff as Jeff the Sharp arc.
He's strong.
Found one of our targets.
A timely
They created halfway! Stop them! Stronger than ever.
Fuck them beautiful, baby! The moon never haunts you!
faster, my friends.
Okay.
I sent your toys back to haunt you, Spectre. The wind will only blow stronger.
That guy went boom.
There's still a chance to stop them!
Any healing is good healing. Speed is everything.
Pretty bad over here!
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Now might be a good time to stop them.
I ain't deal with that. What if I just come up here? Can they see me?
They shall not escape our
Can they see my dress?
Our enemy has been spotted. Hey, Chad! Someone clip this!
The fuck?
It's now or never! Stop them!
Your bright lady.
I think it's also a little hard in quick play because, like, in QP, supports do not look up. So if I get half HP, I have to realize that's probably gonna be the end of me a lot of times.
I see them.
But there's a trade-off to that too, right? Where it's like in ranked, people I'm probably gonna be playing against probably have way better aim. So.
Feel the thunder. Feel the wrath of the storm.
Oh well, I'm dead. Goodbye. Make sure you switch to your wind power to dash out of there. I mean, I don't think it's gonna do anything, to be honest with you. Oh, they did know. That was the Spidey. See, it's hard to learn it in games like that, because, like, you get anomalies that I can't tell if it's because of the way I'm playing it, or it's because it's me. Also, what is it called again? Quantum fiber.
You'll need a top-notch team
My
to
whole
win this
PC,
one.
the whole website's lagging. Isn't Blockwars starting soon? Blockwars is actually at it's at 3. I thought it was at 2.
Having power means something.
30 seconds before you attack.
Also,
Get ready.
let me go back to check on Ignite. Sorry.
You'll make a fine asset on this mission, Mr. Parker.
Oh, hey, easy with the eater pay, archer pay, lady.
They're still yapping. I got time.
Off your secret identity.
After this battle, that's because you don't know. I actually understand how to keep classified.
Have you tried dial-up yet? It might be better than your Wi-Fi. That doesn't even make sense.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Better than my Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi's just the box.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
His joke? Oh. Hey, listen, you guys are making actual legitimate suggestions, okay? I'm trying to be helpful. It's not a time for joking, okay? You're making jokes of my stress. Do you know how much stress that fucking internet situation has caused me over the last 6 months?
Damage sustained. Need assistance. Ride the winds. Be wary until we
The moon haunts you.
Who is he ulting me?
I bring thunder. I lift up my comrades. Go with the wind. You're in my storm. A timely beast.
Forrest, remember to go.
Bad guys.
I lift up my comrades.
Tear them up.
You don't even have to hit the chip.
Turn on sourcing the time. Appreciated. Have you tried turning it on and off again? Okay, fine. I'm just gonna start banning chatters.
Turn it off and on again. Maybe that will fix all your problems, Kappa.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start sending chatters to the graveyard. You've been warned.
My friends. You're mine.
Damage sustained. Need assistance.
I will always. I'll make good use of it.
Amplified. Perfect.
They've spotted us. Feel the wrath of the goddess!
You're halfway there. Keep going.
Also, I just realized I have the real Peter Parker on my team right now.
You can't strike down a goddess.
Yo, White Fox, you're the best, bro. Thank you so much.
From the start.
Oh, that's kind of nice. I just typed it in Nightwing and it said that it could be available, it could not be. Call us, which AKA means it's probably not available.
You get away with it. You get away with it. You get away with it.
Time to tear thunderbolt. Vehicle reached the checkpoint. Keep up the momentum.
Look out, bad guys.
We shall use Mel's essence as a weapon.
See this right here, like playing Storm in this comp versus that comp, and you're just kind of sitting here spamming. This shit does ridiculous amounts of damage.
Don't mess with the amazing Spider-Man!
That's it. Don't let anything stand in your way.
Have a tailwind.
The moon haunts you.
Okay.
I see them. Feel the thunder,
Bad guys.
Uh-oh.
that symbol.
I'm just gonna leave.
Always lend a hand. Good hunting. Feel the wrath of the goddess!
Come on, this.
The time waits.
close! This is your big chance!
You get time to have a tail whip.
Oh.
The moon haunts you! Gambit never falls!
Go with the wind. Now's the time to hit. Faster, my friend.
Oh, I'm dead. You're not putting peanut butter in your Ethernet port, you're doing it wrong. What flavor though? Or chunky? Chunky or smooth? I feel like that's very important.
Any healing is good healing.
The moon haunts you!
Happy to help. Feel the thunder.
I don't know what flavor is peanut butter. Oh right, peanut flavored brew.
That's not what I meant! I meant like chunky smooth! Like the natural peanut butter, the regular, the non, like the fucking, the oily one, that's like natural, the reduced fat. There's a bunch of different peanut butters.
Another epic victory! Big win!
Alright. Yo, Marie, thank you 3 months.
Happy Saturday, Flats.
Like I typed definitely S tier. Or what? Okay. Back in the matches. Oh, it actually just started. Whoopsies. A little late.
C-Cube and Hatro off the map, and El Chabagoom goes down with them. That's going to be a 3-for-2 in favor of Pulsar, and they're cleaning out
the Smucker's combo jar too.
Okay, you meant the weird ass Smucker's
I believe that was actually a sacrificial play from Chabagoom.
I wasn't even talking about that, but that's an option. Low key, I used to think those were stupid. I had one semi recently in the last like 6 months. It was actually kind of decent.
Monarch's not going to have these angles developed. Plus, this is Hornet Proteus against a Loki with
it actually wasn't that bad. It was really nice for just being lazy and putting it on a piece of bread. A piece of toast, make it just a fucking random peanut butter and jelly.
Chabagoom comes on for the last stand, trying to take advantage of everyone playing inside the Captain America stripes.
Doesn't find anything though, meaning Ultra were able to push on in. Hornet Proteus, but like you said, Region Domain shuts it down. Team Captain though, with the team split.
Oh, I think I have to do check-in.
Able to find Legend off on the side. BDRM directly on top. Region Domain lost just long enough to allow them to sustain on through, but it's going to be the pickups from Ultra. They out-sustain, they are holding the fight. Legend does have ultimate, but they were picked off early in the fight, meaning they won't be here to use it, and that's forcing Pulsar to back up, give up the space, and reset.
One more fight, potentially as well, given the fact that Ultra Esports are going to hold Pulsar Esports at the choke, trying to force the Legend into burning that Eternal Bond so that Exo can have Invisible Boundary be a little bit safer of an investment when the fight moves on to the point itself. Although both of these Elses are about to hit their ultimates. Whoops already has his, so keep your eye on that one. Glatrox, I'm sure, could play a foul fiend to the strategist uses.
And here it comes, right to the edge. See you later, and Boot nails it again. Takes out Kizaru and continues to pile pressure onto the front line. Anyone who tries to step onto the point sends them both into the back. It's caught on one themselves. 8 HP. Woods is on the run, looking for the health back to try and keep themselves in, but makes it back to their team and trades out onto Legend. Invisible Boundary comes out from Lapsus to try and keep the team topped up. Apex Predator from Sapatic, but won't find the pickup. Treeman is still doing a lot of work here, but the portal comes in for Kizaru, meaning Pulsar are back as 6, but losing 2 immediately.
I mean, Hatro gets the God of Mischief copy onto Invisible Boundary. Alter Esports didn't have all of their players diminished from the Portal regroup, and they should be able to stabilize past Pulsar.
I gotta check what my name is on.
Exo deals with Treeman, so no Angela, no opportunity to stall on the point. It falls instead to more static players to have to hold their ground. Something that Alter Esports will just take angles against and pick apart. And they are going to be able to clean up the first round on Celestial Husk, taking us now to Celestial Vault.
Nice start by Alter. Pulsar were able to flip it back at least a little bit part way, and I do want to continue to draw attention to Treeman. They're creating a lot of space for their team, but Alter are able to capitalize more often. Team Captain has been grabbing quite a few eliminations just by themselves, taking advantage of the fact that Pulsar Esports are having to play around Monarch, looking for those quick blow-ups with flanking them more. The fact that Whoops is just detonating the front line every time they step up.
Chad, does anyone know much about Lunar Client Minecraft? Is my name at the top my name for Minecraft?
I mean, Alter Esports also have more range, right? So when the Captain America goes in, 2 duelists
like
can
this thing up here, that's me.
Space created. Pulsar Esports, on the other hand, Sapatic can take advantage of the distraction that Treeman is giving. Chabogoop has to play more reactive when Alter Esports close up the distance with the Captain America. And Team Captain's doing a very good job of getting in, then getting out without the Wolverine getting the opportunity to do that. So we're actually going to see Treeman off of the Angela this time and onto the Magneto. Kizaru instead goes to the
Sorry, I had to check in for Twitch Rivals.
Venom Stall, you will see him just continue to run up that tree route and remain a stalwart presence.
What is Blockwars, like Cobble versus Smooth Stone? No, it's like a bunch of mini games that they make, and you can participate in teams. Like there's like, for example, hide and go seek, right? Where like one team is like a bunch of teams are hiding, one team is seeking, and the seeking team is trying to find everybody. And obviously, the more people of your team that survive and not get found, you win, or like you get more points. There's like PvP events, there's parkour events, there's like racetrack events. There's a lot of different types of little mini game events.
But there's Hatro taken down. Whoops falls as well, and Pulsar, they sustain through the push in of Alter Esports and flip it beautifully.
Yeah, Exo gets the invisible boundary bolts up from the space that Team Captain buys with the Freedom Charge. Sapatic catches players from Alter Esports before they can get inside it, though. So they'll be able to win out that fight and now claim control of all of this space, which is perfect because Kizaru can go in, soft dive, force out things like the regeneration domain.
I'm on console. What version of Minecraft do I need to join?
And all the
this is a tournament, so like it's not really an open to the public type event.
The Wolverine to deal with the Venom and the Elsa to decimate whatever shows up in her path. Early Feast of the Abyss forces out the regeneration domain coming on from Hatro. He's okay parting with that cooldown. He does have the God of Mischief ready to walk Alter Esports forward. The problem is he only gets an invisible woman to copy, and now you have to go into the Apex Predator.
GTRM coming on in from C-Cube, looking for a defensive lead, but the team is already able to escape, so just sends it, grabs
Wait, that was actually kind of
Wolves
fire.
able to get the pick up there on Chaba. Goon finished off as well, and Alter, after a little bit of a rough start, are starting to try and hold this fight back. They do lose Hatro, but numbers are very heavily in their favor. Right now, it's all delay. Kizaru doing exactly what you're saying, going for a lovely jog, trying to just delay as long as they can. Both Vanguards do go down. Portal comes back in to keep it going. 60% has been gathered as Pulsar keep it going. Finally, the point's going to be flipped, and I think that's probably going to be the end of the Portal re-engage.
That could have been absolutely
I think I kind of seen that a little bit with the Portal.
If they'd been able to get lapses through the Portal with regeneration domain and build up God of Mischief, you're looking at least 10, maybe 20% more point percentage stall on the side of Pulsar.
It's a Twitch Rivals
tournament.
That's why I was checking in, trying to figure out my name and stuff.
Get to hold on to those ultimates, as do the Chabogoop get to hold on to Team Captain. Wonderful grab coming over from the Feral Grab.
Ooh.
Bubbled by ZQ.
What a headshot across the map.
So it instead turns onto Sapatic instead. Elsa from the distance, unfortunately, does lose out to the Namor.
More with that range and with the counter dive is having
I
a
am back from
vacation right now.
I know how much
No, so pale.
Every now and again,
anyway, why did the banana go to the doctor? Because it wasn't peeling well.
Once again, showing just how versatile they are as a player.
Okay, alright. Okay. Alright.
But didn't lose the cooldowns. He did not finish the cast. Second eternal bond from Hatthrow with the God of Mischief, keeping that chain together. Labs is going to drop theirs a little bit later, and just in time though to keep Treeman and Kizaru topped up, and immediately Alter are backing up. They've realized that they've lost the timing duel when it comes to ultimate duration, and they are chased down, losing 4 members. That's going to be another flip in favor of Pulsar, but Alter, they are delaying this for as long as they can.
Regeneration domain, since Ultra Esports are still in control at this point. That sets up yet again for Team Captain to throw himself onto the objective and stall it for just a little bit more. 82% picked up, so within Final Fight.
This is actually a very interesting game because this one's been so different than some of the other ones.
Also, Esports are going to hold a little bit closer.
Like this almost looks like the old meta, Venom Mag.
So no opportunity
Invis
for
Loki,
to
no Adams, no Jeffs.
By threatening a back cap.
Apex Predator comes on out, so Legend picked off Z-Cube with the follow-up and is now acting as the front line, the vanguard to literally break through the siege. Monarch punishing Kizaru as they move onto the backline. The power of the Namor just piling damage on the second you try to step too close, and now it's all about Ultra taking the most of the advantage they have. They've got momentum, they've got speed, and they know their opponents do not have Portal. So it's
that Loki rune lasted so long.
Flip up to 84%.
They actually don't have the TP back. Can they make it?
That Venom and Treeman moving over to the Angela. Speed is now of the essence.
Yeah, especially when it comes to trying to cut Ultra Esports before Exo can build Invisible Boundary. I mean, if you're Sapatic, you might just use Apex Predator now to guarantee you can find the eliminations on a far overextended Team Captain. The Venom is gone. Ultra Esports' only vanguard is going to be Z-Cube with a reliance on the Meteor M for self-sustainability.
Wait, they get a mid-ult!
On the side of Pulsar Esports.
Dude, the Ulcers are disgusting.
Look for the stall. Z-Cube with the Meteor M
isn't
able to
blocks
land
it.
Whoops takes down Sapatic though, and this is Ultra Esports leading the charge in terms of damage potential. Lapsus has the sustainability with the copy onto the Eternal Bond, and Pulsar Esports might look to stabilize as Monarch looks to stop it. Comes on through with the
Can't stop it though, doesn't kill. Wait, they flipped.
As he comes out of the dash animation. Last time from Chabagu was brilliant, sets up the elimination onto Z-Cube, and Ultra Esports are stalled out of utilizing their ultimates with the amount of stuns coming through from both sides.
Overtime is ticking down. There's not much left of the reinforcement.
It's a big invis ult, but is it enough?
Boundary is buying it, but Team Captain is melted through, and Pulsar holds the point with one last flip. And
Pulsar flips that last second is crazy. I kind of look like Team Captain's team would actually hold that, but.
This might be
also, I just realized the reason why we're not seeing Jeff is because it's banned.
To play against the side of Pulsar Esports, because this is the
only
map
banned for
where
one
you
team
get
though,
to see so
I mean you could see it.
Bunker. As opposed to the dive, since there is just so much focus in being able to hold your position inside those small rooms with ceilings. So I think like Team Captain, he can stick with the Captain America and go for a brawler style. The Venom is going to have a little bit of a harder time being able to get cleanly in and out, especially if Ultra Esports continue running both the Loki, the Invisible Woman, and the Namor, all of which takes chunks out of the Venom's hide, which is why Kizaru is going to be playing the Emma Frost instead.
Considering a swap over to the White Queen there for a little bit of lockdown with that Carbon Crush to potentially punish the Captain America and build up as much charge in the front line. Ultra also good to adjust though. Team Captain looking at the Magneto, and we're back on Benjamin Grimm. The Thing has returned.
Wait, the Thing?
Just make El Chapagoob's day bad.
Yeah, Wolverine can't grab a rock. And that's what Z-Cube is looking to do in terms of
swapping off the Venom onto
You are going to be absolute battery charge for Sapatic on the Elsa though. As we're seeing, Whoops actually prioritize taking the high ground. They're letting Pulsar Esports take the low, and prioritizing getting Whoops into a position to put pressure on every single player.
Pressure on from the high ground into the Carbon Crush, one of the few things that can grab a rock, takes them down.
That's about what I expected.
And Ultra immediately.
S tier Spidey, come on, my goat.
Starting to bring out the Groot.
All right, you give it. You know what? I think a lot of you fuckers are gonna wait about a week in here, and then all of a sudden you're gonna be like, damn, maybe I owe Flats a bit of an apology. Same thing happened with Tank Pool.
Yeah, but Pulsar
Kind of starting to see the same thing happen with Punisher in some of these matches.
Losing their Loki, although they're currently down their Loki.
We're seeing it with Jeff.
To a strategist ultimate, which is why Alter Esports are continuing.
I think you're gonna come around.
Horn approaches to try and catch the disengagement, but Treeman gets to hold the space for the rest
Who
of
ate
the team
that? The
with
bubble?
the Nietzsche M pushing them back into the recontest before Alter Esports can complete the flip.
Generation Domain comes on out. Media M looking to send it into the choke point. Won't find any targets. That's going to allow Lapses to come on out with the Eternal Bond. Copied with the God of Mission to try and capitalize. Apex Predator grabs 2. And Pulsar holding this beautifully. Their defense is doing
Glarchok's into fucking Cloak and Dagger's window. That's disgusting.
They have straggling prison and they're halfway towards a horde of Proteus, but they can't break through the initial setup. The Emma and the Magneto are creating too much space, and if they get too far forward, Wolverine's picking them up.
Not just that, Sonic Seduction, Pulsar Esports start off the fight instantly, stopping Alter Esports from being able to walk, since this now allows El Chabagoop to build up Last Stand to interfere with Exo's invisible boundary. This is a very rough walk commitment on the side of Alter Esports, who have to rely on
Oh, that's a big ult. That's a fat ult.
With the Eternal Bond commits the ultimate to try to keep Pulsar Esports standing, but there's just too much incoming damage.
Yeah, that's kind of ends up being a waste. They get an ult out of that, and they're going to win the fight.
Pressure onto the point. Wolverine takes to the sky. Where'd he
JK.
go? Gonna be forced into the air, but is taken down on the way down. Kizaru falls as well, and Alter finally get the flip, but on 88%, Pulsar have all the time in the world to try and reclaim this, but they've got to be careful.
You gotta go 0-46 on your team with no elo back? Yeah, that's
all
stupid.
They currently have is Last
Sorry to hear that, dude.
This is all about Pulsar just trying to poke on in and build up ult charge.
Gotcha. Kizaru's Venom.
He's back on Venom.
Yeah, they're taking away the angle development. Alter Esports with the Namor need the angles developed for the duelists to find space to get to do anything, but their attention
surprised
is
Alter
split
banned Deadpool.
because of
Team
Kizaru
captain's
on
a
that
top tier
Venom pulling
Deadpool player.
everyone
Well, you
back
banned for the
and
enemy
looking at
team
it instead.
in pro play.
El Chabagoop is closing up the distance, looking for a grab onto Team
Meaning
Captain,
both
who
teams
does
banned it.
get hit by the Feral Grab, but does manage to self-sustain with both the healing as well as that Bulwark, and Whoops has been able to deal with Kizaru, who
Well, I think I got pinged.
tried, failed, back onto the Emma we go.
Whoops, developing angles of their own there. Beautifully done, like I said, back onto the Emma, just to make sure they can keep some lockdown going. And of course, build a lot of charge on those group walls to potentially punish that free, the Flora Colossus. A Sabatic looks for the opening. Here comes the God of Mischief into the Eternal Bond for the setup. Pulsar have chosen their opportunity to try and make something happen here. Invisible Boundary comes on out. Meteor M won't find a target, but Apex Predator.
Dude, Glarchok just means you're dead.
All the way to the edge, 2 down, and Pulsar might have found an opening. Beautiful chase by Sabatic, and Alter Esports might be forced to portal because that's going to be a flip on 88%.
That's just disgusting.
Pulling the trigger. It's time for the portal.
I'm surprised Elsa's not getting banned more often.
Just lost the hatch
Like, their Elsa's just win the fights every time.
Of the Loki, if they even afforded it, no. Overtime's about to hit. They have to go through, missing a member directly into the Last Stand. Chabagoop comes on through with the pin. Without the Loki, you don't have the regeneration domain, so you're down. Your setup tool of the Strangling Prison, and Horn of Proteus catches very little. Apex Predator from Whoops attempted to turn the fight, but
Huge
it's just
save.
not enough. And Pulsar Esports
Kills the Elsa before the ult does
finishing off the
anything.
style.
Damn, Pulsar wins it.
Recovery. That looks like from the first point that Alter might have had Pulsar Esports game, but the flip in those last 2 rounds was beautifully done. We saw a little bit of struggle, like you said, that swap onto the Venom, trying to just prevent everyone.
All right, that's the end of that. Map? No, it's not the end of yeah, it's the end of the map, not series.
By Whoops. But the capitalization of that.
Do I have time to play one game?
And then being able to hold through the portal. El Chabagoop,
Yeah, I got time for one game. They're probably gonna yap between matches. I got time for one game. Because I'm probably gonna be able to watch this series, and then I'm probably gonna have to go to Minecraft for Blockwars. Blockwars. Wait, I had to reload my shaders again? Well, how's the internet been when streaming? Kind of shit. I stopped streaming on TikTok the last couple days. Mostly because I'm very annoyed over my alt account getting flagged for impersonation now. But, yeah. Oh, that doesn't take too long. Your graphics card drivers up to date? Nope. I to find a really good set of drivers that give me no problems at some point, and then I stop updating until it gives me problems, and then I update until I find another set of good ones. Just like every other gamer on the planet.
New 40 months, let's go.
Yo, thanks, gentlemen. Thank you for 40 months. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Starting the next match in 3 minutes? No way it's actually in 3 minutes. Well, I'm stuck loading my shaders anyway, so I'll just leave this in the background. Yeah, okay, it's a bit of a debate, because it tells you it's going to be in 3 minutes, but realistically it's going to be 3 minutes, and then they're going to yap for a little while, and then once they're done yapping,
us against the world.
You know.
My time to shine.
Don't really 45 months. Oh shit. Okay. I'm not sure why you tagged me in that, or what is special about a massive crosshair, but okay. I don't understand how they let people watch the game in the actual game itself, but can't fix the bitrate spectating for MRC. Well, it's not their fault, actually, unironically. Well, actually, it is kind of their fault, because they could stream at a higher bitrate for YouTube, but they don't. Twitch is maxed out, though. Realistically, it's a Twitch problem. How do they get away with that skin? I mean, who's gonna stop them? This is their fault? No, because the whole thing is client side. No, it's not. Bitrate is the amount of client side is what you see on your monitor on your screen. Bitrate is the connection leaving you to the server, and then that's getting broadcasted. There's a maximum that Twitch will let you send. Like YouTube, if I had really high internet still, I used to stream on YouTube at 30,000 bitrate. The max for Twitch is 8, and that's a secret, by the way. They tell you it's 6, but there's a super secret 8K bitrate counter actually that like, you can just send it to 8K and it will work.
You're just giving Chabagoo like the reins on playing Wolverine, certainly on that first point. Ultra Esports decided to go to not only a different map but a different game mode with Convergence. Most teams going for Convoy, so Ultra Esports also choosing to defend first. So Pulsar need to be the ones to keep that momentum going in their favor, Tetcher, and I think this is the kind of result that you want to start on. Considering that both teams lost domination and lost 0-2 in their first series.
Yeah, no, the fact that you did take a round is going to be good news. Obviously, you'd prefer a map win, but Alter are still showing a lot of strength here, and now they're on their map choice, their side choice, choosing to start on defense. And you
say what Cloak and Dagger?
This a big
then Magic's no? I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
It that much. The versatility of some of these lockdown compositions, the potential of triple strategist players, the potential of revives, just so many options. But playing on this map, you have potentially a couple more options. There's a little bit less.
What do you think White Fox stands for after this after this patch? I haven't played enough games to see after the patch, to be honest with you.
But they're obviously still a threat. There's a couple less places for Adam to fly to
hide. I know that Ignite's still playing the old patch technically, so
a little bit less stressful than some of the other options. So
throttle limit? I don't know what you mean by throttle. I just know the bitrate cap is 8K.
Also a way of avoiding the
you cannot send more than 8,000 bits per second.
The name of the composition
kilobytes a second, I guess, whatever it is.
A ban draft on it, because like we were talking in the break, right? You can ban out Chabagoob's Daredevil. You absolutely cannot burn a second ban on his dealer's lineup by taking out the Wolverine. Just take them to a map where Wolverine will struggle when we go into the second and third parts of the map and you're defending, and you can lengthen out the distance and pick him off before he can pick you up.
It would be entertaining though to see.
I hear Gus going bananas downstairs barking at nothing. YouTube has a limit. I think YouTube's limit is 50,000.
Fist like has got some good elements of verticality, getting around the map as well, like attacking on Jalia. You never. Really,
which is why I was saying like it is kind of Rival's fault because they could just stream YouTube bitrate super high.
Look for their MRC run to qualify for this event. We didn't see Jalia once. It was a lot of like Museum of Contemplation, a lot of domination maps, a lot of convoy.
I'm pretty sure YouTube's bitrate goes up to 50,000. Like if you have the internet to send it.
In the meantime, and a tough map. It is really like
if I had super internet, I would stream to 50,000 bitrate. I'd just do it. I'd send it.
Jalia, because Moxie, if you're no good on it, you get full held, you get pushed to the end of the map.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're okay on it, you get through first point, and then you get held on second for 4 minutes plus. We'll have to see, as yeah, it is one of those.
You still plan on moving for better internet? I don't know. I have one last play at the moment I'm attempting.
At least as we get ready.
I'm currently attempting one last play, but I am keeping my options open.
We're going to be seeing a very big focus around Chabagoob's hero pool, since Pulsar Esports ban out the Gambit first, and then instantly save the Daredevil. So, you know, we were talking about, hey, Wolverine is really bad on this map.
Would you even do it at 8K versus 50K? Would we even notice?
Esports are going to be feeling incredibly
would you notice? First off, I stream on YouTube at 1440p. I mean, if you're on Twitch, you wouldn't notice, but YouTube would probably look like you're fucking... You're like in my bedroom.
So being able to pursue is going to be fantastic for Pulsar. They didn't even have to...
Like you're fucking looking over my shoulder.
Dive options as well. Ryan mentions the Magic. This is actually one of the first maps we really saw Magic start to come in from Virtus Pro in a previous MRC when it decided to run a Magic.
What do you mean I already am? That's crazy.
Absolutely wreck everyone in their way.
Check, I'm under the carpet.
In this case, the Daredevil gives them a lot more options and more importantly gives them information.
Speaking about options, Pulsar Esports actually were debating on the options there for that last ban, thinking about, do we go for the Mantis so we can target out a triple strategist look, since it is convergence, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot of flyer compositions pop on for, especially on first, where there's a lot of natural cover for the flyers to be able to keep themselves safe from. And given the fact that Alter Esports see, okay, it was a ban onto the Jeff, which depowers the Venom dive, they might be leaning towards that triple strategist line, especially since we
what happens if you play with all the shaders loading?
It
just might lag a little bit.
From their team, so not only would you be able to get a triple strategist line, you'd also be able to give that Elsa Bloodstone 12% damage boost.
Immediate panic ban coming in from Pulsar. They take out the Loki. You see that Mantis, the Loki could be on the board for just giving that extra Geatific vitality, but also at risk of Adam Warlock copies on a revive for just going maximum all in on a little bit of a triple strategist with high damage and revive potential. It is a fantastic ban from Pulsar, but now they can
they kind of had to do that.
The Loki themselves, because while Alter have been able to get themselves a Mantis protection-wise, they haven't banned it either. So now they have to consider, do they ban Mantis to deal with that Loki combo? Do they ban Adam to prevent revives? What direction do you want to take this? They're looking at Cloak and Dagger. They don't want to deal with the sustain, and they will be taking it away.
I mean, honestly,
Cloak and Dagger ban? This is the first time I've seen one.
One of his best maps. If you manage to take one fight on second, you have so much range to be able to just rain absolute fire against the attacking side walking out of spawn, to the point that we get to see a lot of like Hella, Name, or Phoenix as well getting played on this map for a very similar reason. And given that Sapatic was banned out of the Elsa Bloodstone, he turns instead to the next hyper carry duelist, which is going to be able to keep up with the range Hall of Djalia plays to, given the fact that Phoenix's fall off was adjusted in earlier patches. But you know what, we saw the Mantis make it through, and Tetcha, yet again, we talked about it. We said that there was a chance. It's Mantis.
I don't think they're gonna.
It's not with the Atom.
I don't think they're running the Fox.
Again with the Ultron.
I'd be
no
surprised.
Torch, though. He's been extinguished.
Not go for a full flyer, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We're going to get the Angela, we're going to get the Ultron, and with damage boost, not just going to help onto that Elsa Bloodstone, who does already insane damage, add some damage boost on top of that with the Mantis Inspire. It's going to be tough to deal with, but people do forget Ultron is a hit scan character with a pretty solid burst damage. If you're able to keep that Encephalo Ray onto your opponents for the entire duration, you can get a quick blow up, especially with Inspire.
Yeah, and now you get to have 2 separate drones as well, so you can give one to your Angela, one to your Venom, and literally just
okay, so they're running what? Ultron, like Mantis, Invis,
Venom,
Angela,
main,
Venom, Elsa versus what?
To where Pulsar Esports are going to be rotating from.
I don't know if I really like the Alter Esports comp.
Given the fact that he's playing
it's like a ranked comp.
Literally gets to see where exactly this defense is positioned.
I feel like Pulsar is just fucking
they can put the pressure on the back
scary.
which is why we're seeing Alter Esports.
Except the mag pick. I'm not a huge fan of the mag pick, but actually on this map it's okay.
And inside a room with a ceiling to make sure that Pulsar Esports can't commit the dive just yet.
Getting dove onto.
Well, that guy's dead.
A commitment, and the chase is good.
Yep, there goes one.
Away from their backline as Alter gonna get zoned back, forced off the board. They've lost their main damage output, but Mantis and the Ultron do still do quite a chunk themselves, as well as that Angela and the Venom. But for now, it's just gonna be a retreat. Wait, reset, try and let Elsa make their way back into the fight so that you can re-engage together. And that's gonna be Angela trying to put some pressure onto the Invisible Woman.
Their tanks are both 1 HP. They can't even touch the point.
Already building up towards that 3rd tick. Team captain diving onto the point.
He's dead. What are they gonna do?
There. Beautiful follow-up from Pulsar, and with that,
yeah, I just think their comp is shit. Like Pulsar's, or sorry, Ultra's comp is just so bad.
This line is going to be too defensively favored. They're not going to be able to find eliminations in time. What they see instead is isolated.
Okay, they're swapping to the Thor.
On the field on the Elsa and dive the duelist instead.
I don't know if Thor really makes a big difference here either. The only difference with Thor is you can damage boost the ult and you can cut through the Invis ult and the Loki ult. That's actually pretty nice. But
to move into second as team captain is going to swap onto the 4. This is something that we said to keep an eye on.
They just can't really match the Daredevil.
Try to run things like the Angela dive.
But while they're trying to go for a little bit of anti-dive, trying to go for a little bit of pressure.
Okay, they trade 1 for 1.
Their backline is just getting cleaned up. El Chabagu finally falls after finally got all that pressure. And also, this is what they wanted to do earlier. Ping from a distance, make the most of their sustain and that damage boost, and clean people up as they try to progress. And it was very well executed, but so much distance has already been gained by
losing the Daredevil is kind of a big L in that beginning of that fight. But
yeah, Rage of Ultron 2 is available.
We'll see how it goes this fight, because now everyone's got ults. You got Mag ult for Ultron, you've got Thor ult for one of the support ults to potentially cut through. They swapped off the Phoenix onto Star-Lord, actually. I kind of like that pick. I think Phoenix is a little bit tougher to play here.
The greatest sustain with a triple strategist line. Chabagoob's getting ready to go into position. There's the dive for Alter Esports. Go for the dive first. Z-Cube hits the backline with the Feast of the Abyss and takes a massive chunk out of the Invisible Woman. Invisible boundary denied. Lapsus has also denied a position of getting a God of Mystery.
If he didn't get the kill though with the ult combo, like if the shield was just in the way, because like they basically just lost the 50-50 shield dance. I don't know how that fight goes, but getting that pick is worth it.
On a projectile character, beautiful setup here as team captain makes the most of the fact that Ultra has got some momentum back in their favor. Chases down.
So this is where you start to think on the offense here, like maybe after the mag ult we think about maybe doing something different, because I feel like the mag on this point just kind of feels kind of useless. Like what do you do here?
First minute already, and they still have
and then they're back over to the Phoenix.
That feast from the Abyss.
First minute.
Oh, I like that.
Let's see
I mean,
if
it's
they can
okay,
complete the
but
3 minutes that we talked about to see if it really is the role of the Marvel Rivals universe. Whoops just taking chunks out of Pulsar Esports as they walk up. As Pulsar Esports, they're poking, they're prodding, they're building up a bank of 6 ultimates to commit forward. There's the Rage of Ultron, absorbed partly by the Meteor, and right on
Mantis
top
ult
of
and
Ultron
Ultron ult gets eaten. It just gets full countered, and then they Mantis ulted too, and they cancel the Mantis ult with the Mag ult. Huge 2-for-1 deal right there. Oh, you hate to see that. Cinnabons, thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate you.
Almost no one. But it works. They get the pickups. They're now moving forward with 2 people on the car. Sorry, 1 person in the local mode. I got baited. God of mischief indeed. As they set themselves up to try and deal with Ulta as they make their way out of spawn. Utilizing this Gene Prey to set up, release your own life essence. Taken down immediately.
Explodes.
What a shot.
Oh,
Venom's doing a good job forcing him off high ground here, but yeah, Captain gets fucking, he's getting pelted. Oh, he actually survives. Holy shit. I don't know how he survived that, but. Okay, double invis-ult, everybody stand there and do nothing. This is, thank God, this is like got nerfed heavily. So they gotta have their Phoenix in position here, but how are they gonna get in position? Because like, Team Captain's doing a pretty good job of fighting for the high ground there to keep a Phoenix off. Because the Phoenix gets in position there, it's kind of night-night. Oh, they kidnapped the Thor. Oh, that's bad. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. That was a huge kidnap. Okay, so that was basically the only way they could keep their team alive. They do get a trade while they're peeling for the Venom. They get the mag kill. It's actually very interesting. That was kind of what they needed. Oh, that's bad for Pulsar.
Oh, they got Hatro, which means no Rage of Ultron. Ensong hits both of the backline.
Kind of look like it missed.
Esports strategists out of the fight, which means the Z-Cube is going to be incredibly vulnerable.
Kind of a questionable ult exchange right there.
Legend will be able to have the invisible boundary to react.
Kind of a bit of a questionable ult exchange out of Alter, or not Alter, sorry, out of Pulsar. So they go for now they have their second support ult now. Here's their opportunity. But as long as Pulsar survives. They didn't actually have mag ult in time, so now they don't have a charged up mag ult for Mantis ult anymore. What are they mag ulting? I don't think they got anything.
Only Z-Cube is taken down. God of Thunder to keep this push going, and that's going to force Pulsar to back up and regroup with only 12 seconds remaining. They're out of time. Someone's going to have to die for this.
Invisible
that's a massive ult. That's actually massive. Just kills the whole team. I feel like Pulsar kind of blew that. They're back on the Punisher. Gets dove, explodes.
Making sure that there is no regroup, no position of safety for the backline to stabilize the
See, that's why in pro play you don't see a whole lot of Punisher into dive. You don't see a whole lot of Punisher into dive in pro play because like they just 3 people just overwhelm you and just explode. In ranked, way more easy. In pro play, that shit's fucking hard. That shit's borderline impossible. But I actually did like the Punisher pick. I wish it was sooner. I think I like the Punisher pick more than I like Phoenix, but it was a little too late there. I understand why they go Phoenix though. That was actually a great hold though by
static defense.
Alter.
If you're outside it, you're in danger, and the danger was absolutely on the side of Alter. But Pulsar, they did break the first point, and they did get distance on the board here. So this is now Alter being forced to try and match.
I mean, Alter Esports, though, it looks like we're just going to be seeing a continuation of the triple strategist. Z-Cube, honestly, has been doing such a good job as well of just going into that backline.
Yeah, Z-Cube has actually made a couple huge plays on the Venom ult.
Pulsar Esports, they're the ones who actually have all of the information when these fights start, right? Shabagoop on the Daredevil literally just exists and knows exactly where everyone from Alter Esports is playing. Therefore, they should be faster at being able to set up all these dive hits.
Appreciated.
But Z-Cube is just like going in, going out, disrupting the backline and allowing the rest of Alter Esports team so much more space, and their backline the ability to know when the Daredevil's committing, and having that knowledge being able to kite the dive and survive.
Dive is so important in this current patch, being able to avoid getting picked.
Someone on YouTube said you cannot mag ult Mantis.
Still being as important as they ever have been.
Brother, just back the VOD up like 2 minutes and you'll prove yourself wrong. No, maybe closer to 3 minutes.
Alter Esports looking for their first opening. 3-man, once again, living up to their name, setting up those Wildwood walls to put some pressure onto the board and punish anyone who steps through those open doorways. As right now, it is going to be that main hallway, not the first tunnel.
They're gonna. This is gonna be a hard fight for high ground here with their current comp.
A single inch here have been able to take down Team Captain and force a little bit of a soft reset.
Yeah, Sapatek's a real problem on the Phoenix at the moment with the amount of reach that he has. Hatro's trying to challenge it, but you have to be very, very careful.
You gotta be real careful here on this Daredevil.
Draw attention, close up the distance, and be even more of a problem for Alter Esports backline to deal with. Z-Cube's the real engagement option, really, unless you're just waiting for Hatro to build Rage of Ultron and go with that first, because unfortunately,
where did the Daredevil go?
Is actually keeping pace with the Ultron's charge right now.
That drone onto Z-Cube so they can keep that sustain going. A very aggressive over the Groot wall engaged from Woot.
1 HP on the Groot.
Danger for the capitalization, and they almost get
kidnapped the mag. He's dead. He didn't have shield. He's dead. Holy kidnap.
So they can push in for that backline. Lapsus is dropped low, able to get away, but it's going to be the Magneto who will fall. Kizaru going to be forced to portal back in, and Treeman may have to join them as they're taken down again.
Do they have big support ults coming up and they're TPing? So they have a retake. They have to disengage out and wait.
But Ulta are just able to back away calmly. They've still got 2 minutes.
I mean, they still got Rage of Ultron. Hatro didn't use his ultimate to force.
Yeah, the Strangers might die here, actually.
To be able to hold the point long enough for the portal. So Alter Esports disengage the.
Wait, the tank line is rolling their back line. No one's helping. You can't help it.
Does claim Z-Cube.
You literally can't do anything about it.
Pulsar Esports. It cost them
that's a question. I feel like Pulsar's backline's kind of trolling a little bit.
The point, which means that Alter Esports
like they're getting overwhelmed really hard by the Venom dive, and their tanks are just slowly falling over. So you either have to swap, I think, and either match and just run like this comp where you're gonna all in both backlines and try to survive and have hyper survivability, or you have to play like slower. And I don't think they can play slower.
Rage of Ultron just able to siege in from above, break open that hold, and by that point, no one was able to reach in time. Boundary.
So they swap over the Strange. I actually agree. I think the Strange is a little bit better here.
A rough situation for Pulsar to find themselves in, but they've let the Devil out. They choose to try.
I think you just have a little bit more tankiness. Like if you want to play slower, that's the way. But I don't think it's the right play to go slower. But if you want to, that's the play.
Run at them, they seem to gain a little bit more.
I mean, Chabaku tried to let the Devil out, and Team Captain packed it back into the box with Heaven's Retribution. Just putting him in his place. Alter Esports, like, they still have Invisible Boundary. They didn't have
Can't get a good engagement with the Venom. The Strange is going to die. He's 1 HP.
Finishing off the fight at this
point. They're trolling right now.
Alter Esports have that
they're trying to play slow into the dive, and they just don't have the capabilities to kill anything. It might be crazy. I feel like the Phoenix is, if they're gonna play this comp, Phoenix is either not the play, or you need to play Phoenix and something else, and the Daredevil is just not it right now.
Taken down. Kizaru burst off the point by Woots, who's just about to get an Apex Predator. Looking at the choke point, they've already taken down 2. Waiting for the re-engage, waiting for the boundary to expire. If they step up, they're in danger, but the finish line is there. They have to commit. Rage of Ultron into the backline. Venom for the zone.
I remember when Golden Kappa used to be a special thing.
Predator to force them off the point, to send them all the way back. And now
I think supporting the Phoenix works. I agree. I think that they have the wrong strat here. But if they're going to do it, they need to all in it. They're kind of like in the middle. And I understand why they're running the Daredevil. Like it makes sense. But their backline needs help. They're actually just getting eaten alive.
And Alter Esports cleanly sweep through whole of Djalia at honestly such a steamroll speed. They looked insanely strong. Both
yeah,
on the defense
honestly, I was thinking that their
the
comp was really shit at the beginning. I thought they were going to get cooked, but they actually really turned it around.
Like I said, Whips might be picking up the MVP. No surprises. It's also Bloodstone. The amount of statistics that we're about to see is about to be crazy. But like the unsung hero truly is Z-Cube. That Venom going in, getting the space for the team, only going down a sum total of 4 times as well, really allowed Alter Esports to hit that stride.
Keep the newest player to the team as well, joining right as they qualify for Ignite and showing up here doing so much work. The pressure on the backline was great. Hatro being able to adjust onto an Ultron as a strategist main because you have a player like Monarch on your team who's just that flexible. He plays everything. Can we name another player who has played literally every single role in the Marvel Rivals Ignite? He's played Vanguard Deadpool, he's played Strategist Mantis, and he's played regular Duelist as well. He's on everything.
I know we're doing more Warframe. I can only watch used to play this so many times. I did play more Warframe this week.
So far, so
I had a sponsor to do it.
Pulsar and Ultra Esports.
But this week's gonna be really busy, so it might be a little, bit, if I'm honest.
Learning how these sort of teams are playing.
Like I have two different creators from Overwatch that want to do like basically like collab coaching content. Where I like go back and talk about how I used to play tank and teach them how I played tank and stuff like that. I have something with Salty Fish that he wants to do this week, and I'm also going to Nashville at the like this next week too. So it's like I have a lot of things that I gotta do this week.
Out of it, but at the same time. It's now the choice of Pulsar to go to the third and final map, which is going to be Convoy. It was Araco last time, so I would imagine it'd be more of the same, right?
And I want to finish Radical Red.
Quick. Seems that they want to get Kevin.
Also, I'm going to go pee really quick because they're going to be between matches. I don't know if I have time.
Convoy map is going to be good for him.
Except midterm.
I don't think I have time. I think I need to start hopping into Minecraft now.
Is probably
I got
your
10 minutes,
best
so.
bet at being able to go for those dive splits, but you could potentially still pull it out on the other convoys too, everywhere except midtime.
I'm seeing Spider Island hovered over. We'll see if that's going to be confirmed or not after this break.
Okay, cool. Chat, I think I need to start switching over now. So I'm going to stop the Costream. And I'm going to restart you guys over on the YouTube side. Okay? I'm going to restart you guys over on the YouTube side. So the VOD is all in one thing. Okay? YouTube, I'll be right back. BRB. Wait, what? Did it not? Wait, I don't think it ended. Wait, the other one didn't end. Well, I'm an idiot.